Full service on the Ford Fiesta 1.6 TDCi. T30 torque screws holding on the under tray. .21mm sump plug. Leave that to drain. Remove the engine cover. Undo this plastic hose between the airbox and the turbo. The oil filter housing is down here. The housing is a 27mm socket. Be prepared for a little bit of mess due to the location. You will end up with oil underneath and on other components when pulling the filter out. Remove the old filter and the O-ring. It's the square type, so make sure that it doesn't have a twist in it. And make sure it has a light smearing of oil all the way around. Fit the new filter and lightly coat the O-ring with oil as well. You should be able to feel when the filter is located correctly, because it'll get a little bit harder to turn the housing. Tighten the filter housing to 25 Newton meters. While I've already got the pipe off, I'm going to do the back filter quickly. Tiny little thing. obviously a lot better if you do this with clean hands. Make sure it's seated correctly in the airbox. And tighten the 4 T25 Torx screws. Replace the pipe between the airbox and turbo. 2 Jubilee clips. Replace the sump plug washer if you have one, and refit and tighten the sump plug to 35 Newton meters. Once tightened, clean off the oil. Make it easier to check whether it's leaking once the engine's running. The oil capacity is 3.9 litres, so add just under 3.8, let's say, and then with the having run the engine for a few minutes and then having left it switched off for 10 minutes, you can check the level on the dipstick and top up as necessary. So after running the engine for a few minutes, leave it off for 10 minutes and then check the level on the dipstick. So after that the sump plug isn't leaking, refit the under tray. Now for the fuel filter. So remove 3 8mm bolts from this plastic bracket over the fuel filter. Remove the fuel hoses from the top of the filter housing. I think you remove that rear one by squeezing both sides. So you need to squeeze both tabs at the same time. Pull the pipe off. And then this clip here, I'm guessing for a water sensor possibly. Pressure sensor. There's a little plastic tab here. It's probably difficult to get to without a tool, but if you can flick up the tab at this side as well, so it makes it easier, and push it off. And now it looks like we just have either 3 Torx screws or 2 8mm bolts, which could be for the whole housing. I think the 2 8mm bolts will be to remove the whole housing, which is probably the best thing to do. I've undone the 2 8mm and removed what I believe to be the filter housing, unless the whole thing is replaced. So yeah, so that is the filter, but with just the part on top for all the attachments, just bolts to the new filter. So undo the T15 Torx screws, the 3 of them. Oh. So remove the 3 Torx screws.
up.
Ah. So the diesel leaks out of the bottom.
Now.
Up. What I'm doing? Get your finger out of it. We've got a new filter, a new O-ring. It goes on here. And refit the 3 torque screws. So at this point, if you have the means to fill the filter or prime the filter, this will help when restarting the car. So you'll want to feed diesel into the, well, either of the pipes, to be honest. You've got a in and out, but you'll be able to feed the fresh diesel in, fill the filter, and then refit it. On cars with a lift pump, cycling the ignition a few times is suffice to fill the filter. But on many Fords that I've known, such as the Focus and Jaguar Land Rover products, there is no lift pump and the filter won't fill itself up. So the priming is important in these circumstances. If you can get it running, pick up the revs straight away to try and bring the fuel to the filter quickly. So either this car does have a lift pump or we've been very lucky. Don't be surprised to get hunting idle for a while after replacing the fuel filter, but if it's running, it would appear that the filter is filled up again. Check for any signs of leaks from the pipe. Can't see any leaks, then refit the bracket and you're done under the engine bay. Finally, the cabin filter. this cover here. It's like T20 torque screws. Note the direction of the airflow. It's really quite difficult to fit this and then squeeze it back under the trim. And once you've got this trim clip back in position, that's it. That's the full service done.